different this week. Instead of Lightroom, we're going to be talking about Lightroom Mobile. Because I was on Facebook yesterday, a user that I just added, they had posted a video of just their kind of a walkthrough of an edit. So I kind of want to touch on it a little bit. It got me thinking, myself, if I'm going somewhere and I know I'm going somewhere pretty cool, or I think there could be a photo op, of course, I'm taking my camera. And I think a lot of us that are into photography and photo enthusiasts, we are like, yes, we want to take pictures with our DSLR. But what happens if you don't have your DSLR? Well, then, if you're like me, you probably reach straight into your pocket and pull out one of these. That's right, cell phone. And you've heard it before, the best camera you have is the camera that's with you. So, you got a cell phone. And sometimes that's kind of that's like a, you're all up into the DSLR and having 45 megapixels and having a 70 to 200 and 2.8, and that's awesome. But if you really got to capture the moment and all you have is a cell phone, you got to make the best of what you got. So that's what Lightroom Mobile is going to let us do. Now, before we hop into the phone, I want to say make sure that you are still shooting in RAW. Your camera, most newer cameras out right now can shoot in a RAW format, so thumbs up for that. And that's what you should be doing. But if not, you can still, like always, get some decent results even if you're shooting in JPEG. But most cameras today have a RAW option. So let's hop into the phone and see what we can do with a picture I just took in the dining room a couple minutes ago. So let's get to it. Alright guys, excuse me. We are in Lightroom Mobile on the Note 8. We have my picture that I took already imported here. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to this crop because it's not quite level and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. I don't like it. Okay, well it still kind of looks weird to the eye. That looks better. Okay, check that. We're done. Now let's go to light and you can see similar looking things, right? So let's see. Oh, also you have a tone curve. You can do put points, you can do individual channels, or you can just not put points. You just kind of make little adjustments all over it. But you do have a tone curve. You have an auto feature, which I don't use. Let's see. Let's just jump in here. Let's see. Let me bring my whites up, bring my highlights down a little bit, bring the shadows up, drop my blacks, get some contrast. See what that looks like. If you hold down on the screen, it will show you before, and we got a little more contrast. It's looking a little punchier now. Come over here, we have our color balance and all of that. So I might pump up the vibrance just a little bit because I'm going to come over to this color mix and look what we have, all our individual color channels. So I'll go to orange. You can see it just affects the oranges, but that looks gross. So bring up the saturation, maybe bring up the luminance a little bit. Let's pump the greens up a little bit and these teals and blues, so we can make that nice and punchy in the color. All right. We'll bring a little clarity in. You could do split tone. Once again, I hardly touch it. I don't really do dehaze. I don't think this needs a vignette, really. You have a space for lens profile corrections. And then, once again, you can mess with everything to fix distortion, or you can do all of that. Whoops. There is a preset section, and there's also a selective edit section. So basically, you would add, we could do a gradient, or you could brush it, and you have like the feather, the size, and how much your flow is. You can control all that. And you basically see, you can paint just like in Photoshop or Lightroom. You can see where you are painting. And then you can come down to the bottom and it will only affect those areas. So you can do, very local adjustments too, which is quite nice that you can do that in a mobile app. That gives you a lot of control. You can do a lot of things with your cell phone images. But I'm not going to mess with that. So if we hold down on the screen again, you can see it was kind of dull and faded looking, and now it's very bright and vibrant. And of course, it's not going to look the best because it is from a cell phone, but that kind of gives you a little idea of what you can do. And of course, you can share the photo. You can put it to Facebook. You can put it to whatever, wherever you want. Put it to your phone once you're done. And yeah, that's it. That's it's real short and sweet. It's Lightroom on your phone, but it's probably one of the better apps for editing photos because you have a lot of nice little control over these little things, and being able to make local adjustments. That's pretty awesome. So we will see you in the next video.